This is one of the mornings where you feel like anything and everything is possible. It might be because that's the truth. Anything and everything is possible. Don't mind me. I'm just getting my morning dose. What up? What up? What up? Good to see you. Don't mind this live. Listen, if you're here and you've been waiting and you've been wanting to know when the channel was going to come up, the Instagram page is already up. Still working on a profile picture. I got to do things when I get a chance. My daughter, we had our first daddy-daughter date, and she ended up getting sick like that same day. She couldn't stop throwing up, man. She was throwing up for like 2 days straight. Everything she ate. So we ended up in the ER. What up, Intel Inside? We ended up in the ER. Man, I felt like I was watching Christ get nailed to the cross when they tried to put them IVs in her arm, man. I hated watching it. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, a lot of progress on that has been slowed down. But the Instagram page is Build Up, at BYLDUP. That's just a tentative name. I wanted to get it going. I liked it. Stands for Build Your Life Daily. I liked it, so I went ahead and got it. I put a ring on it. Man, I had a transformative experience the other day. I don't think I'm going to talk about it here. But I had pretty much the equivalent of an out-of-body experience. Maybe I'll make a Patreon or something. Charge $1 so you can hear that. Just so I can filter out the ears that don't need to hear. But it was dope. But listen, Tyler, this is Don't Mind This Live. Why do I say that, man? There's a whole bunch of stuff going down behind the scenes, right? You got your boy, Joseph Biden, giving money to the Ukraine, man. I mean, last time I looked, it was like 1.6 billion. Then I saw another report say 350 million. But they ain't had no money. They ain't had no more money to give the American people. Ain't that interesting? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Most all presidents are puppets. This one right here might be the dumbest one. This might be the dumbest puppet we've had in office. I don't care if you voted for him. I don't care if you're pro-Trump. I don't care if you like Hillary Clinton. I don't care. At the end of the day, there's got to be a point where you grow up and you see politics for what they are. Ben could have fixed Flint. Ben could have fixed Flint. It's ridiculous. So, you don't know what's weird about this Ukraine stuff for me? I'm going to tell you what I think is real weird. I never trust when mainstream gets involved. Why? Am I just a stupid conspiracy theorist? Call me what you want to. But when mainstream media gets behind a cause, you have to understand. It's not that they care about the cause. It's because the people that own these corporations, which if you've ever done your research, you'll find that pretty much everything is owned by the same three corporations. Vanguard, State Street, and BlackRock, right? Why can I say this? Why? All right, from somebody that has a business structure, right? I have a business, and underneath it, it houses other businesses. One arm is a social media marketing agency. Another arm will be an apparel agent, not apparel agent. Another arm will be an apparel company. Just for me, something I want to do for myself. And if as it grows, people are interested, then I'll start selling other products. But you want to keep your businesses separate and housed under one or two different businesses. Why is that? Because from a legal structure, you can protect your assets. If I have an LLC that works as a holding company that houses my social media marketing agency or houses my apparel agency, but is not directly involved, if something were to happen, lawsuit, faulty product, whatever the case may be, right? I can protect my other businesses because it's underneath an umbrella. Long story short, these media and news companies, these businesses, they're all connected to the same couple of people. One of which you can't even see who the board members are. You can't even see who's involved in that bad boy. I think it's Vanguard. You can't even see who's. I mean, it's hard. It's hard, right? So whenever I see mainstream get involved in some of these causes, they start backing some of these movements, my ears perk up. You know, my butt gets a little tight, to use an expression that I've heard before in the fire department. My what they call it, man. My southbound interest puckers up. No, it ain't an entrance, it's an exit. Southbound exit. Ain't no entrance. So, what do I mean? We got restaurants taking money for Ukraine. We got websites taking money for Ukraine. We got apps taking money for Ukraine. We got organizations taking money for Ukraine. We got charities. We got charities that already asked for money, asking for more money for Ukraine. Surprise, surprise. Look at your eyes. Uncover the truth by disposing the lies. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll know that a number of years ago during the Obama administration, as clear as day, you can look the video up, man. All you got to do is just look the video up. Come on, man, wake up. You just got to look the video up. Your boy Joe Biden was on video saying that if they don't fire the person that's investigating his son for being involved in a Ukraine-based energy company, which was in bed with China, right? He was going to withhold funding. Are y'all seeing what's happening, bro? Y'all seeing what's happening? Listen, we being played. We being played. And if you don't know, you should know. But guess what? Here's the beauty in it. Not only are we being played, right? If you notice, if you're paying attention, and you know that that's what's happening, right? If you're paying attention, you'll know one thing. Here's the truth. When the ship sinks, they're taking all the lifeboats. They're gonna take the ship down with it. They taking the band with it. They're gonna take the kitchen with it. They're gonna try to, right? So you got to be prepared. Now, this is a nuanced situation. This ain't just about good versus evil. This is about changing the entire fabric of reality for you right now. They want to change the way you move about the country. They want to change how you purchase things. They already changing how you think. I'm going to tell y'all right now. This stuff about this swimmer coming out, which in case you don't know, males are naturally slower swimmers in the sack anyway, in the ball sack when you're a little sperm cell. And the dude that won, yes, I said dude. I'm sorry, but he still got the merchandise. And even then, the dude that won didn't even win by a huge margin. Homegirl was on his tail. All right. This dude was a 462 ranked, I think, in his class for swimming. I digress. Check it. Why do y'all think this stuff is coming out? How do you take over? How do you take over an organization, something that is powerful, that is rooted on a certain moral standard? Now, by and large, the average American is not racist, okay? The average. I will say almost everybody in America has a level of prejudice, and I think that is more so because of conditioning through social media and our different media and networks. So there's a slight tinge of prejudice. But as far as being overtly in a way that affects an individual, racism exists. But your average American, meaning I can go into this building right now, and it'd be really hard for me to spot a true racist, because I mean, I live in the South, right? I probably met 2 or 3 real racists. You know what I'm saying? Like, real. They don't say nothing in my face. The point that I'm making is, these people, y'all see, people think that this stuff just happened during Trump's administration. They think this is a recent thing. This spans far back. This stuff is rooted back in the Roman Empire days, y'all. These people had these plans in place for, oh my God, it's been decades, yo. This is not just a rare occurrence. They've been drumming this up for decades. Decades. These people think ahead, right? They think ahead. They think ahead. You got to think about how the Chinese way of living is. You know how they think? This is how they think. They make decisions today that will influence the next 10, 15, 20 years. That's how they think. It's strategic. It's an art, right? Y'all think this is a new occurrence. And if you're on here, you don't think, I'm not saying you, I'm talking about just America in general. All right? This is a systematic takedown of America's stronghold. Do today for tomorrow. That is a fact. All right? This is a systematic takedown of your way of living. You either going to take it on the chin and figure out a way over it, or we're going to figure this thing out and fight it. Everybody's not going to give it to you like I'm going to give it to you. All right? And that's fine. We need different perspectives. But understand this. They told y'all last year that inflation is transitory, meaning that it's just going to happen during a certain period of time. Something's going on now. This is weird. We've never had a pandemic of this nature. This has never occurred in the history of our modern lives. This is just transitory. This will pass. And then they come out in the past 2 weeks talking about, I sound like Bernie Mac. Then they want to come talking about that it's going to be for a longer time. It's coming. Like, now they talking about it's going to last to the end of the year. If not beyond, right? I'm fired up because it's like, yo, I've been saying this for years. Years. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for yelling. But I've been saying this for years, yo. I might be hopped up off this pre-workout too. It ain't even really hit. I've been saying this for years. I got in an argument with somebody talking about the economy. They told me that, no, things are going to stabilize. We're not going to see prices continue to rise. Bruh, prices are continuing to rise. I was on a list to buy a brand new house about a month ago for $460. By the time my name got dropped up higher on the list and we're going to buy this new house, you know how much it was? $490 for the same house. For the same house. It's not stopping. They want to squeeze us out of our way of living. This is what they want to do. It don't have to be this way. Supply chain didn't have to be interrupted. You know, man, there's people that were working on the docks that were thinking, like they were saying, they literally were coming out saying, we don't know why we're not able to work. We're not even a risk to each other. We're not even that close to each other when it comes to unloading these containers. They're just stopping the shipment of containers just because they want to stop them. I knew people that were talking about a lumber shortage. It was an artificial lumber shortage. There were videos everywhere, guys in lumber yards, working in the lumber yards, literally saying, hey, we don't know why they're not allowing us to send this lumber out. They printed 80% of all US dollars ever created. Exactly. They are systematically, and not only that, now they're sending another large shipment over to Ukraine, man. Excuse me. They are systematically and methodically breaking down the system so that they can do what? Introduce a new one. And what are they calling it? The Great Reset. Been talking about this for years. I ain't been on my channel talking about it, but in the circles with people that I know I can trust, we've been talking about this for years. It's all laid out. They've been talking about this. They've been talking about this. So here's one of the things that frustrates me, okay? This is what frustrates me. You get a lot of people talking about the problem, but no solutions, right? So what's the solution? All right, Q, cool. We got issues. Cool. We got evil people in power. Cool. That's all good and well, but I got a kid. My son got to eat. My daughter's got to eat. My wife's got to eat. What do we do? I'm going to tell you what we do. And it's going to be hard for a lot of y'all to wrap your head around. Some of y'all. I mean, there's 3 of y'all in here. Maybe not. You have to undo what it is they're trying to do and get ahead of some of the things that they're trying to implement. So what are they trying to do? Let me let you in on a secret. Let's just paint a scenario here. A tight-knit family, meaning a family that has each other's back throughout the year, throughout the course of a year over year. How do you infiltrate that type of family? Their economics are on point. They share their money. They save money. They're self-sufficient. They grow food. They have chickens for eggs. They got a pond of fish. They are self-sustained. They've got land. They know how to build. They've got a strong relationship with God. I'm about to give y'all here. Everybody asks me, what's the solution? They're trying to undo the strength of being together. They're trying to undo that, right? They're trying to break that apart. Why? Because that's powerful. So everything that they attack, you have to make sure is intact within your own home. You need to have a strong relationship with a higher force. You can call them God, you can call them source. I don't care how you get connected. You need to have a connection with a higher power. Do that through meditation, prayer, reflection, and reading. That's first. Then you'll be able to see this stuff as it comes. Your intuition will get heightened. You'll see this stuff a long way away. Hey man, I'm talking with my parents. Don't get along with my stepdad so busy sometimes. I do my job and I have social anxiety. Everything feels hard. Do you have any advice? Oh, fact. I'm gonna come back to that, Theo. You just stick around. I gotta speak to my people real quick. And I gotta get this workout in. Everything they're trying to undo. So they're trying to undo your relationship with God. You got to get a strong relationship with God so you can see through the BS. Then they're trying to tell you that, look, everything. They're trying to tell you that if you're a man or a woman, it's not good enough. If you are a man, you need to celebrate the traditional attributes, the natural attributes of what it means to be masculine. Not just a man, what it means to be masculine. That does not mean you beat up people that talk to your wife or your girlfriend. That does not mean that you have to go to the gym and work out. Now, you need to be fit. You need to be in shape. I'm sorry, you got to. Boom, boom. You got to do it, right? But the traditional modes of being masculine means you are about action. You are about protection. You are about leadership. Why? Why is that? Women can be leaders. I'm not saying they can't. But as a man, you have to embody the attributes of being able to lead when it is required, being able to protect when it is required. And some things about being a leader is knowing when to fall back and let your woman do what she does. You got to know how to do that. I'm not here to teach you how to be a man. I can help, but I'm not here to teach you how to be a man, right? Lean into that. Women, lean into your femininity. Lean into what it means to be feminine. What it means to be feminine, it means to be in tune with your emotions and receptive, intuitive. Women have been, for years, they've been seen as oracles. They've been seen as psychics. They've been seen as those that can predict what's going to happen. That is a tool that is hard for a lot of males to cultivate. And at the end of the day, you need to kind of try to have an amalgamation of both of these, a balance of both of these, be able to tap in both. You'll be powerful that way. So lean into what you are. It is a gift. You're not made a mistake. Just because you want to explore dabbling in some hatchet wound action as a female, or you want to go ahead and get somebody's sausage as a male, that ain't got nothing to do with who you are. All right, lean into your masculine and feminine qualities. That's number 2. Number 3, in no particular order, You got to have a family unit. You got to have other like-minded individuals. I would say you got to have at least 5 to 6 other people that think the same way you do. And y'all all have to bring something to the table. Y'all got to have ammo protection. You got to have food sources. You got to know how to survive. Y'all need land. You got to have this stuff intact. This is your plan. You need to have cash on hand. That's just smart, period. Cash on hand. You need to invest in this new technology. Get ahead of it. These are the solutions that me and my people are talking about, that we're doing. I've started to come up off of looking at new homes. I think I just want to focus on getting the land. You need to get into good graces with your local farmers. Work on the farm. Learn how to grow stuff. Learn how to tend to the land. This thing, and this is, even if nothing ever happens, like, you just need to know this stuff. This is common sense. Now, back to my boy Theo. He had a question. Hey, man, I'm 21, living at home with my parents. I don't get along with my stepdad, so it's a bit difficult sometimes. I don't enjoy my job, and I have social anxiety. Everything feels hard. Do you have any advice? I'm trying to have us confused. Facts, Phil. So, Theo, if you're still here, listen. Here's my advice as a 31-year-old man with a happy daughter, healthy daughter, working towards my goals consistently. I've been where you've been at. Right now I love my job. There were some aspects of it that I really didn't like, but I'm working towards bigger and better for myself and my family. So, number one, you got to get in tune with the higher source. Right now, you in your head, man. You constantly looking at what's going wrong in your life. I'm going to tell you, there's no way to live. I was there. Sometimes I get there. So I'm able to say this to you in a way that's coming out of love. You're looking at life through the lens of what you don't want, right? And that's okay if you can use the things that you don't want to push you towards the things that you want. You got to find within yourself a way to transmute that energy to help you find what it is you want in life and how you want to live. You don't get along with your stepdad? Guess what, man? That could be a him problem. That could be a you problem. Right now, if you want to take control, you're looking for advice, it's a you problem. So you got to change something about yourself. You don't got to change something about yourself to benefit him. All right? You ain't got to bend who you are to him, but you got to find a piece of you to forgive him for whatever reason, so that you can move forward. You ain't got to change yourself. You just got to forgive him. I'm going to tell y'all right now, listen, my transformative experience that I had about 2 weeks ago allowed me to forgive a family member that I vowed to this day I probably would never forgive. And it's allowed me to truly love them and elevate myself to a higher standard, which that's not something that I thought I'd be able to do. So you got to find in your heart somehow to forgive them. Somewhere inside you, you might hold some resentment because he's not your father. He's your stepfather. You might hold some resentment towards your real father because he's not there and this man is stepping in place. I don't know the dynamics there, so I can't really tell you on that what to do. But somewhere you got to forgive your father and you got to forgive your stepfather. It doesn't mean you don't watch how they move. It doesn't mean that you're not weary of how they act or what they say or what they do. You just have to forgive them, because when you don't forgive somebody and you hold a grudge, you give them power over how you live your life. And that is dangerous, because that will affect how you feel about other areas in your life. So you got to learn to forgive them. As far as the job, listen, bro, you're 21. If you ain't got no kids, you can quit that job if you really don't like it. You live at home, but you need to find something else that's more in line with what you want. Here's the truth. I've struggled with cocaine addiction, which I think really sent me back. The anxiety worse. I'm getting clean now, but it's just taking time. Thanks for the good advice. Facts. Thank you for coming clean with it. Hey, hats off to you for dropping the habit. I'm not going to act like I got all the answers when it comes to drug addiction. I have worked with drug addicted youth before. I know what it looks like. I know what withdrawals look like. I know what relapse symptoms look like, and it ain't pretty. But it's worth it, right? They always come out on the side squeaky clean. So hats off to you. You have to drop that cocaine addiction a whole lot. Get done with it. I'm proud of you. You got to find it. Look, man, I wish I could tell you about my transformative experience. It wasn't just me forgiving that one person. I had a out of body experience that helped me forgive myself, which I've had issues doing. It was hard for me to do. I never knew I needed to forgive myself until I had this experience. And it changed everything. It changed everything for me. So forgive yourself, forgive your stepdad, all right? See, when you are in a state of addiction, you know you have addictions, right? And you're trying to do better, you're trying to move forward, you're gonna have that tug and have that feeling, excuse me, you have that feeling of guilt. You will. When you're trying to do better, you're gonna have that feeling of guilt, and you're gonna feel in yourself that you're not worthy of better, right? Tell me if you felt that. Tell me if you felt that. You're gonna try to sabotage it because what you know is what feels good, and what felt good is something that's self-abuse, right? Self-abuse. So you're gonna have to find a way to forgive yourself. And I'm gonna tell you this. I never understood what that meant until I had my experience. My whole life, I thought that I really thought that I was connected to my mistakes and things that I've done in my life, even as a kid. But this experience taught me that our spirit is way bigger than that. I drove my girlfriend a long way because of my addiction, and I lied so many times to get more of the drug. I just want her back more than anything because we're friends for years. I need to change. Theo, you on the right path. I'm gonna tell you right now. How do you maintain focus during silver meditation? I find my visions drift and transform. Okay, I got you on that. Theo, bro, you're asking me for advice, and that's commendable. You got to find that help. But at a certain point, you just got to do the work. It's going to take time. You might get her back. You might not. You just got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. Know that you can get through this. You got to forgive yourself. You got guilt in there, man. There's guilt in there. That guilt's going to hold you back. You got to deal with that guilt, and you got to deal with that resentment. I would really say forgive yourself first. That's going to be key. All right. Listen. I'm going to tell y'all about my transformative experience maybe in the next live, all right? So if you can tune in, okay? But I will delete it. But what I was told was our spirits are way bigger than we think, physically and spiritually. Of course. We're way bigger than we confine ourselves to in this physical realm. You know, we can't see it because our bodies encapsulate our spiritual form. But our spirits are really way bigger than this physical realm can even handle. We're just experiencing this physical realm. So I'll get deeper into my next live. But anyway, it might give you some insight, Theo. Intel insight, how do I stay focused? It's really tough for me to say, but really I just started I started small. So I started my first couple of meditations were just a couple minutes long. I've been meditating for a long while now. My first meditation, you want to know the first time I meditated? I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just mimicking a frog on a show. My first meditation was at the age of 8. Well, I was probably about 6 or 7, actually. Because I moved to a different place at 8, and I didn't have that same room to meditate in. I didn't know what I was doing. But I didn't actually really meditate seriously until the past 3 years. So with the silver meditation, I found that if your environment is really busy, you got a lot of stuff going on in your environment, any meditation really, you're not going to be able to tap in because your mind's going to drift normally, regardless. But if your environment is busy, you got a lot of stuff to worry about, a lot of things going on, it's going to make it harder. So I would advise meditating early in the morning or late at night when, there's nothing really to think about, nobody to really tend to. And also realize that your mind's going to drift. Don't judge your thoughts. Just let them come and go. That's the biggest piece of advice for me. I just let my thoughts come and go. And then which silver meditation are you doing is the question. For me, the alpha meditations are the best because what I'll then do, if I ever catch myself drifting, I'll just start focusing on my breathing. deep breaths. And I'm gonna tell you what happens. You trick your parasympathetic nervous system. So that deep breathing, focusing on your breathing, that will calm your heart. And if you calm your heart rate down, you slow your heart rate down, that will calm your entire being. If you calm your entire being, that'll have an effect on your mind and your thoughts. It'll help. I guarantee. I've done this with my daughter. I've seen it with my daughter. When she thinks she needs to be quick to get some, or we're pretending that I'm like a monster or something, she'll start doing this. She don't need to breathe fast. She ain't even really running yet. She just does that because she's preparing her body to have to run, right? It's the same thing that happens with stress, your stress response. Same thing that happens when you're meditating and daily life. Like yesterday, I just took a survey of my posture, and I literally was I was tense. I was just tense. I was like, yo, relax. So I relaxed a little bit, and I was able to tap in. I was fully aware. I was there. I was good. So just some of those things you can utilize. That may or may not help you. I hope that answered the question. I gotta get some of this sun in, man. It's looking beautiful today. Look at that. Oh man. I gotta say hi. All right, I'm gonna come back in with another live here before the day is over. I'm gonna tell you about my transformative experience, man. What I learned. It was crazy. But I gotta get this workout in. Till next time, I appreciate y'all for being here. If you haven't already, add the new Instagram that will be the new YouTube channel at Build Up. BYLDUP. At BYLDUP. Stands for Build Your Legacy Daily. Build Your Life Daily. You just get to come with me on this journey to being the best version of myself. Nothing more, nothing less, because I believe that human potential is endless. 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 We have no clue the depths of greatness we can travel to. We have no clue. No clue. All right, peace.